Welcome back, it's Zion from Uke on Demand, and this week we're going over the song Jesus Paid It All. This arrangement works with both high G and low G ukuleles. We're going to go over the first part of the lesson in this video, but you can get the rest of the tutorial and all the tabs at ukeondemand.com. Let's get started. So the beginning will go like this. That last part launches us into the next bar. Starting out, we're going to make an F chord. That's just middle finger on the second fret of the G and index finger on the first fret of the E. And we're not going to strum it just yet. Instead, we're going to just pick the E string and then the A string. And then we come to a strum, but it's not going to be our typical F chord that we were just making. Instead, before we strum, we're going to also add the ring finger to the third fret of the A. And this is still an F chord, it's just got two C notes instead of two A notes in it. Moving on, we're going to leave the chord where it is, and we're going to pick the C string, followed by the E. And then here we have a slide. We're going to start at the third fret, pick and slide to the fifth, and then come back down, third fret, and open. So one more time, third, slide to the fifth, back down, and open. So before we move on, let's put that little section together very slowly. So back into a usual F chord. Add the ring finger. Slide. Moving on, we're going to just have the index finger on the first fret of the E, and we're going to pick that with the open C string. Then just C by itself, and then the first fret of E again. After that, we're going to go into a C5. So that's just going to be the ring finger on the third fret of E. We're going to ignore the A string completely. So just those top three strings. And then pick the open C, and then open E. And then here we go back and forth a bit. We're going to hit the third fret of E to the first fret, back to the third. And the reason why it shows it like this in the tabs instead of, say, going to the open G string is because in case you have a low G ukulele, that's not going to work. And so if you have a high G and you want to make it a little bit easier on yourself in this part, you can just alternate between the open G string and the first fret. So or we can do this version on the screen, which isn't that much harder. And that will work in case you have a low G ukulele. Moving on, we're going to go into another F chord, a normal F chord, so without the ring finger this time. Open C string. And then, just like the beginning, we're going to pick the first fret of E, followed by the open A. And that brings us to the end of bar 1. Before we move into bar 2, let's put this bar together very slowly. Moving into the next bar, we will start out with an F chord with the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A. Before you teach it, let me play it so you can hear it in context. And starting out again at that F chord, we're going to strum that once. And leaving chord there, open C and 1st fret of E. And then that same exact slide from the previous measure. Back to the 3rd, open. So that measure should be very familiar already. And moving into the next one, we're going to play the open C with the 1st fret of E. Then open C by itself. Pick 1st fret of E and then go to the 3rd fret. And from here into an F chord without the ring finger. Just a normal F chord. And then leaving the chord there, pick the C string, E string, pick the 1st fret of A, and we're going to pull off. 3rd fret of E, and then open C and 1st fret of E together. Now, a note for these 3rd fret of E's, anytime you see them anywhere in the song where they're by themselves, where it's just that 3rd fret of the E, you can replace that with the open G string if you find that easier, if you're in a high G ukulele. So let's put this second bar together very, very slowly. So starting with that F chord, the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A, we're going to just play through this entire bar. And that's how to play the first part of Jesus Paid It All. To get the rest of the tutorial and all the tabs, head over to ukeondemand.com and subscribe below so you don't miss our upcoming fingerstyle tutorials. We'll see you next time.